What's up, Bonsai friends? Just wanted to share some very important information with you. Could be some of the most important information you get in a while for growing bonsai. So here you go. This is peat moss, and this is sphagnum moss. So a lot of people don't realize there's a difference, but I'll show you here. This is what Canadian peat moss looks like. It's very fine, it's powdery, it's almost like sawdust. And this is sphagnum moss. It's like stringy, it's very fluffy, it's even more lightweight than the Canadian peat moss. So sphagnum moss, peat moss. Well, you're probably wondering, okay, why does that matter? What's the difference? Peat moss is better for coniferous trees like juniper and my favorite species, Swiss mountain pine or mugo pine. So just remember, peat moss, coniferous, sphagnum moss, deciduous. So deciduous trees like maples, birch, apple, that sort of thing, they like sphagnum moss. And they both promote root growth. So when you get trees that are what you'd consider more raw material or stuff from the nursery and you're trying to slowly get it to bonsai soil, I would do something like this mixed with bonsai soil, or this mixed with bonsai soil, and it'll get you going in the right direction. Now this Canadian peat moss, you can see they're a product of Canada, make sure you're getting the right stuff. This used to be very, very cheap pre-pandemic, so at one point it was like $4 for a giant bale. Nowadays it's a lot more expensive, but if you need it, you'll buy it. So, and you do not need to get the fancy brand of sphagnum moss like I do. However, I did have an issue for a while where I was getting nasty stuff inside of the moss, like cigarette butts and bits of plastic and just gross crap. So I do buy the fancy brand for that reason, but you don't need to. Any brand of sphagnum will work. So yeah, one more time, repetition helps with learning. So peat moss, coniferous peat moss, sphagnum moss, deciduous sphagnum moss. So there is quite a big difference, even though they're both essentially just bog moss, but processed differently and at different stages of decomposition. So I hope that helps. Take care. Peace.